Hey guys, it's Ben from the Monjero vlog that I do. This is a different thing. This is going to be me 3 times a week doing my exercise that I agreed to you guys that I would do, right? And you guys are going to do it with me. Some of you guys are going to do more time. Some of you guys are going to do less time. Some of you guys are going to do whatever you want to do at your own pace. But the point is to do something 3 times a week and slowly build from that bottom platform. I'm starting out easy. Today I'm walking out 15 minutes and then we're coming back 15 minutes. And I wanted to introduce you to my traveling companion. Some people always call this thing that we're on a journey, this weight loss and diabetic control. It's, to me, a journey is like moving from one place to another or traveling from one place to another. I just want to stay right here, but I want to be thinner when I do it. Anyway, let me find my, there he is. Chuck. Guys, please meet Chuck. Sit. He's a good boy. He's an English Labrador. So Chuck and I are going to be the ones going for the walk today. I have 2 other Labradors. I have an American Lab and I have another English Lab, but this is our baby. This is our puppy. So he needs the most. He's definitely the most excitable. Sit. So some of you guys are probably lost and wondering what the heck's going on here. What's this all about? Well, I'm gonna adjust the camera here when I get the dog all hooked up, and we'll get on this walk here. This video stems from a series of videos I do on my Bored to Death channel. I'm on a drug called Monjero, and it's for my diabetes primarily. But it's also been helping me with weight loss as well, and helping me do it. That is, the stuff is amazing. So anyway, on my weekly update channel on Sundays, I do a weekly update every Sunday to tell you how I did that week with the drug and any side effects I suffered and what I ate and stuff, on and off like that. Well, yesterday I answered a bunch of comments, and there was a couple of comments in there that were very specific comments, and I feel like after going back and watching what I said, see, these things aren't really scripted so much. After going back, I realized I didn't really answer the questions that I thought I was answering. Kind of talked around them. It is true, I'm not on any kind of a specific diet. That part is true. The question was, though, what specific foods, do I eat? What specific ones do I not eat? Well, I'll tell you that it's really not a specific food that I eat, but there are some definitely foods that I don't eat anymore, or, definitely avoid. I haven't eaten them, let's put it that way. Like chips, potato chips. I haven't had any potato chips since starting this thing off. I have had some pretzels, but only a handful of them. The little ones, the salty pretzels. I've only had like a handful of those. Sometimes I don't snack very often anymore. Snacking for me used to be a nightly thing, right? It was a nightly ritual. I'd either have a bag of popcorn or something else, right? And probably several other something else's, maybe some Reese's and stuff like that. Anyway, getting off track. I'm watching my dog here pee on the mailbox. You'd think he's definitely a puppy, and he is. He's 2 years old, but he still pees like a puppy. I figured he'd be lifting his leg by now, but I guess that'll come. Everybody at their own pace. Anyway, the walk up here is getting ready to shorten. I meant to tell you at the beginning of this, the people that have tuned in for this, that know what this is supposed to be a 30-minute walk. We're supposed to walk 15 minutes out and 15 minutes back for exercise, right? Because I've committed on my channel over there to do 3 days of exercise per week just to get things started. So nothing difficult, right? I didn't want to do anything difficult. I had originally planned to do 30 minutes a day. I'm doing 20 because of what happened today. And I realized probably 20 is enough for right now. I'm pretty out of shape, you guys, right? Just because I'm looking healthier, that doesn't mean I am healthier. That does mean I am healthier, but it doesn't mean that I am doing everything I can to be healthier. And I need to tone my body because I'm out of shape. We got to this point here, and Chuck is having a bit of a problem. because other dogs in the neighborhood were barking at him and he was getting confused. And then a couple walked by, he didn't see him coming, and he got a little panicked by that. So like I said, Chuck and I are both brand new at this, so bear with me. But we did get a 20-minute walk in today when it was all said and done. And believe it or not, I was sore from that. So anyway, I wanted to get back to, I thought maybe this would be a good opportunity, these walk videos like this. Maybe I'll do a thing. We'll just do walk videos every once in a while where I can address those comments that maybe I didn't address in my weekly thing. Maybe I can correct some stuff that I said that was wrong too. Another one of the questions that was asked that I don't feel like I really addressed very well. I do that, guys, and I apologize for that. I tend to not script anything, so I get off subject pretty easily because I'm ADHD, and I might not find my way back. And when I don't, hopefully I recognize it and I'll come back to it the next video. And that's what I'm doing here, right? One of the questions was, are you still eating 3 meals a day, right? And no, I am definitely not eating 3 meals a day anymore. In fact, where did 3 meals a day even come from? I kind of wondered that. So I looked it up today before we went on this walk. And I was thinking about this the whole time. There's a few theories out there, but the ones that I tend to believe in is, it just evolved over time as kind of ceremonial thing. Some people say that it came from the English when they got wealthy and they didn't need to, be working like they were working all the time. They started doing these dinners, right? And then breakfast became a thing, and then lunch somehow became, and where it's kind of like traditionalized, right? Like, where did 3 meals a day come from? Your mom always told you, you got to eat your 3 meals a day, and breakfast is the most important meal. Well, science has kind of proven all that kind of stuff wrong these days. You know how it goes with science, though. Some days you're right, and some days you're wrong. So right now, I think that the 3 meals a day thing was probably a wrong decision. I think people would sit down to eat when they maybe weren't so hungry, just because of what time of day it said it was. I know that I've been guilty of that and still am sometimes, although I have moving away from our set dinner times and stuff like that. The only restrictions that I've put on my eating now is I try to not have dinner after about 4:30 p.m. I try not to. That isn't to say that it doesn't happen, because occasionally life happens and dinner's late. But when I am able to adhere by that, I always feel better the next morning than I would have had I eaten later in the evening. So I'm trying to make that a steadfast rule, getting my dinner in before 4:30 in the afternoon, right? When I wake up, if I'm hungry, I eat, and we'll call it breakfast. I'll probably have some protein in the form of eggs and maybe a piece of meat or two in the form of a piece of bacon or something, like a piece of sausage, right? Nothing big and not a lot of it. That's only if I wake up hungry and wanting breakfast. Normally I'll wake up not even hungry. So breakfast these days is kind of it's kind of a memory. I used to have breakfast every morning. So this is a big change for me. And it's not that I'm really trying not to have it. I'm just, when I wake up, I ask myself the question, are you hungry? Do you want to eat? And normally the answer is no in the morning. So if I do eat, it'll be a light lunch, right? I definitely will have dinner, though. Just about every day I'll have dinner. And sometimes I'll have a light lunch, like a half a sandwich. I had a half a sandwich the other day. Here's my son. He's out doing his landscaping stuff. It's February almost here. A couple more days. It'll be February, and the pre-emergence weed control and fertilization stuff starts. So he's very excited. His business is going to start cranking back up. In fact, he's over in this neighborhood, my neighborhood, do my yard and a couple others that he does every year. So welcome to my son and his landscaping crew. Anyway, you can see what time of day it is, guys. See the sun? That's a setting sun. That's not a rising sun. So if you're asking yourself, Ben, did you almost not do this thing today? The answer is no. I was always going to do it. I'm going to do it. The answer is, how enthused was I? Yesterday when I was talking about it, I was very enthused. And this morning when I woke up, I was all ready to go. Then by this afternoon, I started getting less enthused. And then up until the point where I thought, man, I better get out there and get this thing done. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any sun to work with. I'm not going to be able to see all those cracks in the road and stuff. Anyway, so here we are. Sunset, procrastinated to the last minute, but we got it done. And like I said earlier, I've shortened my excursions this week and probably next week to 20 minutes, 10 minutes outbound and 10 minutes inbound. That's probably going to do me well. That's probably a good starting thing for me. I was trying to bite off more than I could chew. I have not been the healthiest. I've gotten over some health issues lately. And I'm in a weakened state, so I need to rebuild slowly. So we're going to do this this week and next week. I'm going to do 20 minutes per day, 3 times a week, right? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And whether we continue to videotape it really will be up to you guys. If you think this is a good idea and if you respond well to it, I guess we'll keep doing it. If you don't and you think it's stupid or kind of boring, we won't do it, right? We'll just stick to Sundays because, you know, Sundays are an awesome day. Sundays are the day that I weigh myself in my vlog, and I don't weigh myself any other day of the week ever. I wait until Sunday, and it's always a surprise to me on video whether I've lost weight or gained weight. Now, I actually have gained weight one week, and mostly I've been losing. So, again, for you guys just joining me, I started out between 225 and 250, I tell people. Not really sure how heavy I was because I stopped getting on the scale after about the 220 time that I weighed myself. I decided, no, I'm not going to weigh myself anymore. I'll weigh myself when I'm losing weight, right? And that's what happened. So I probably got up to around 250 or so. There are photos that may even indicate that I was heavier than that. But I'm going to say 250 at the heaviest. And I started there and I lost... I don't know. I got down to about 185, 190 on my own and, kind of plateaued. And then I developed diabetes. I'd plateaued for months, by the way. This isn't a new plateau. I'd just given up losing any weight. And then I developed diabetes and got put on Mounjaro, and my doctor mentioned the fact that the side effect of this stuff was I might lose weight. And I did, and I have. So I've gone from 185, 190 when I started Mounjaro. I'm now 166.6 was last Sunday's weigh, and I'm losing weight every week now. There was one week I put on like a pound or something, but every other week I've lost weight. So anyway, Chuck is about ready to go. He's all peed out. He's peed on every mailbox, kinda, in his Chuck way. He's ready to get home and see his brother and sister, and I'm happy for you guys to meet his brother and his sister, his 2 sisters. His older sister, Maggie, is an American Labrador, and you'll recognize her as the older. She's obviously more wise, so she's distanced herself from these 2 idiots. Chuck is 2 years old. Like I said, he's our baby. And then Gidget, his sister right there, who's happy to see him, she's 3 years old. So she's a year older, and she's also an English Lab. And this is Maggie. This is our oldest girl. She's an American Lab. She's not really interested in the roughhousing anymore. She's more interested in the relaxing and chilling by the pool when the sun's shining on her. But these 2 idiots, there's no hope for them.